So Manny Pacquiao has taken over Floyd Mayweather's old gym, and this is in the heart of Hollywood. It was a partially finished ring. He was showing future placements for the bags, and I guess that's a statement.
Hey, what's going on, man? I'm Frank. I was a coach here at Mayweather Boxing Fitness Hollywood, and honestly, it's been disheartening to go through everything we've been going through. We haven't been getting paid fairly. It messes with your mental health. We had to rely on a member that worked at Chick-fil-A that granted us some free Chick-fil-A cards, so we're all eating unhealthy meals to the point where we can't even go home and get some fresh fruit. We're not able to literally pay for our bills. The debt, it accumulated to the point where
for almost 2 decades, the Mayweather Boxing Club in Las Vegas was more than just a gym. It became a lasting symbol of Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s influence, success, and reign in boxing.
I like to show people a lot of the behind the scenes footage just of my life. We opened up this location right here. It's going to be opening up real soon. LA County, Puerto Rico.
Trainer Collins Eek now says both casual fitness fans and young fighters can get a taste of elite-level training at the Champs Mayweather Boxing Fitness Gym on Wilshire Boulevard. The gym evolved into a strong reflection of Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s brand and status. Top athletes trained inside, celebrities often visited, and Floyd's name stood boldly at the entrance, giving the entire place the feel of a true champion's home base.
Major news. Manny Pacquiao now has a home gym in LA. Pacquiao Prime.
But now, the same gym that still carries Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s name across the front has reportedly been purchased by the man he battled for years both inside and outside the ring, Manny Pacquiao, his longtime rival and biggest opponent.
I look up and I see this sign, and I caught up with one of the residents, a lady that lives nearby, and she told me this used to be Mayweather Fitness. Check it out. Manny Pacquiao wins the first round heading in.
The very fighter Floyd Mayweather Jr. defeated in one of boxing's biggest events has now reportedly taken control of Floyd's former gym. For years, Floyd dismissed and criticized Manny Pacquiao, rarely placing him on the same level. But now Pacquiao has stepped in, secured the property, and completed the takeover, with Floyd unable to prevent it.
Self-proclaimed GOAT.
Right.
Self-proclaimed GOAT, because he can't even claim in which part that he can claim that he's the only. He cannot claim that he's the only undefeated fighter who retired. There's a lot of fighters, at least more than 15 fighters who retired undefeated. So, but I can claim with some of those. The only 8th division and the only fighter who became a world champion in 4 decades, 4 different decades.
To understand why this situation hits Floyd Mayweather Jr. far beyond money, you have to understand what the gym meant to him personally. The Mayweather Boxing Club was never just another business project. It represented his identity, his journey, and the legacy he hoped to build. Growing up in Grand Rapids, Floyd saw his family struggle while boxing became his only real opportunity to change his future. Back then, he promised himself he wouldn't just become successful in the ring, he would build something permanent under his own name. That gym eventually became the symbol of that dream.
So as you guys can see right now, there's no equipment right now, but soon it's gonna be filled up with equipment and a lot of people. Come check it out, LA County, Porter Ranch, in the Valley, California.
Fighters from around the world came to Las Vegas hoping to train inside the famous Mayweather Boxing Club. Over the years, the gym earned a reputation as one of boxing's most respected training grounds. Floyd Mayweather Jr. spent endless hours there preparing for the biggest moments of his career, turning the facility into a reflection of his rise, success, and legacy in the sport. And now, that same gym is reportedly owned by Manny Pacquiao.
One thing about me, I ain't got to do nothing for the rest of my life. I don't got to do nothing. I can sit at home with mine. I can sit at home with every week. You know,
Usually got more than you.
Call that shit safe. That's right.
Across a 21-year career, Floyd Mayweather Jr. reportedly earned around $1.2 billion, reaching a level few athletes in history have touched. His 2015 mega fight against Manny Pacquiao became one of boxing's biggest money events ever, generating massive pay-per-view numbers and reportedly bringing Floyd close to $250 million himself. Then came his blockbuster clash with Conor McGregor, which reportedly added hundreds of millions more to his fortune. During that era, Forbes regularly ranked Mayweather among the world's highest-paid athletes, ahead of stars from basketball, football, tennis, and other major sports.
But Mark, you gotta know some stuff.
Hey,
You for me. If I use your credit card.
This is how the champ does it. Yo, straight off the press conference where we're here at Neiman Marcus, this is how you do it, huh? Always.
Well, right now I'm here because I got to give my grandson something. You know, have to spend a bit.
You've been doing it like this ever since I've known you.
And you know it.
It don't stop. Look at this. Something. What I mean, grandson's super blessed. What are you getting him? Little piece or
Whatever he wants.
whatever he wants. Look at that. This is. I'm looking at $1 million right here.
There ain't a million. That's probably like a half.
Half. Yeah.
It's half.
It's definitely up there.
520.
It's definitely up there. You got your
I'm gonna
protection
give it
right
to you
here.
in a little while.
That's what's up.
All right,
cool.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. wasn't just rich. His wealth reportedly reached a level most people could barely imagine, the kind of fortune expected to secure generations of family wealth. But now, in 2026, the gym that carried the deepest personal meaning for him has reportedly ended up under the control of the one rival he never wanted standing above him, Manny Pacquiao. And according to growing discussion around the situation, this wasn't caused by boxing declining or the sport losing value. Instead, many believe Floyd's long-term spending habits and financial decisions slowly weakened the massive empire he once built, creating the possibility for a moment like this to happen.
Options. I got about 100 cars. But right here, we like to call this the Sweet 16. Lambo, Ferrari, Lambo, Maybach, a Maybach, whatever you want to call it. Of course, the McLaren, the original McLaren. Bentley, Rolls, the Maybach truck.
So the real question becomes, where did all that money actually go? Because $1.2 billion doesn't just vanish overnight without reasons behind it. In the case of Floyd Mayweather Jr., his financial story is often described as one of the most extreme examples of spending in modern sports history. At his peak, reports suggested he was burning through tens of millions every year just to maintain his lifestyle, with estimates reaching around $50 million annually. And this wasn't occasional luxury spending, it was a constant flow of high-end expenses. He also carried a large personal entourage around him, including security, assistants, trainers, and a full support staff. Many of them were reportedly on long-term payroll, part of a system built to keep his lifestyle running exactly the way he wanted, without limits or resistance.
Is going broke based on his spending. And I remember we had Nicholas Irving on the show, and I guess he did some bodyguard work for Mayweather. And he said he's seen Mayweather spend like $500,000, $1 million a day sometimes.
Oh, what though?
Flying private everywhere, going on massive shopping sprees, having girls all over the place that he's supporting, like having multiple mansions.
God damn.
Yo, man. Mayweather, have you ever seen Mayweather fly a commercial ever in life? Have you ever seen Mayweather at an airport? I have not. I've seen his security at an airport on a plane with me.
He also reportedly kept multiple luxury homes running at the same time, spread across places like Las Vegas, Beverly Hills, Miami, and New York City. Alongside that, he was known for frequent high-stakes casino visits where massive amounts of cash were involved and single nights could reportedly swing millions. His lifestyle also included private jets and an expensive collection of luxury watches, some valued higher than entire houses. But once the era of constant blockbuster paydays started to slow down, the financial flow that once supported this level of spending became less stable. Without events like the McGregor fight generating huge one-time boosts, the estimated $50 million yearly spending became harder to maintain, and in the end, even a fortune built in the billions doesn't guarantee long-term security if the outflow consistently outweighs the income. Over time, that imbalance catches up, and according to many reports, Floyd Mayweather Jr. experienced exactly that reality.
So is it just his overhead is so high on a day-to-day, month-to-month? Like
I don't even want to talk about it. Like with the lifestyle, that money's going, trust me. Now it's like, you call him, he'll be at your local hosting. in a nightclub because you need that action right now.
Wow.
So the real question is whether the problem comes down to his day-to-day spending being too extreme. And honestly, when you look at a lifestyle operating at that scale, money can drain quickly without even realizing it. At that level of constant outflow, long-term financial stability becomes very hard to maintain, and in recent discussions around Floyd Mayweather Jr., it's also suggested that he occasionally appears at smaller club events and local promotions when the opportunity comes up, especially when it brings in immediate cash flow.
$3 million in taxes, Floyd Mayweather under investigation again for tax fraud. When I hear that, all I can think about is, here comes the next stunt. Who's he going to fight next? Who's going to be the star that he picks out that he can do a pay-per-view with, that he can get in the Netflix show with? Because one thing Floyd Mayweather knows how to do is put on a show. And he has been in tax issues. Let's say this man has had tax issues for his entire career. But one thing you got to give him is he's always...
By early 2026, the concerns around his finances had reportedly already been building for some time before the gym situation ever became public. There were claims of a federal tax lien of roughly $7.3 million tied to Floyd Mayweather Jr. in Las Vegas, allegedly connected to unpaid taxes from earlier years. Looking further back, around 2023, reports also suggested that a couple of his commercial properties went into foreclosure within a short period. Even his Las Vegas club was said to have come under pressure over a relatively small unpaid property tax bill, which stood in sharp contrast to his career earnings. On top of that, there were claims of a large loan worth tens of millions taken from a billionaire lender at high interest, reportedly backed by multiple assets as collateral, and in some accounts, those assets were even cross-collateralized, meaning one mispayment could potentially create a chain reaction across several properties at once. And once the gym reportedly stopped generating enough revenue to support its own costs, that financial balance began to look increasingly fragile.
Prime boxing limitless. What people know, everyone knows in LA, this is the major intersection of Hollywood and Highland. This was the Mayweather Fitness. So Manny's fighting Floyd Mayweather in September 19th at the Sphere in Vegas. It's on Netflix. It's going to be a massive, massive event. And nobody's here. The gym is not open yet, obviously, but it's a big thing to put up the sign, I see. And perhaps this is Manny Pacquiao's home in Los Angeles now. The Pacquiao...
Think about the symbolism here for a moment. Back in May 2015, Floyd Mayweather Jr. stood inside the Mayweather Boxing Club after defeating Manny Pacquiao, a night that cemented his dominance and made his message to the boxing world unmistakably clear. Now, more than a decade later, the picture feels very different. Pacquiao is reportedly connected to the ownership of the very gym that once bore Mayweather's name. This isn't a rematch inside the ring, and it isn't something decided by judges or scorecards. It's a shift driven by business, timing, and changing circumstances. And it highlights a broader reality. When financial pressure builds and options shrink, even the most personal places, those tied directly to identity and legacy, can eventually change hands and end up belonging to someone else.
It's the money man. I'm back like I ain't never left. Right now I'm in Las Vegas with my man Nick. I'm at his place, Vegas Auto Gallery, as you guys can see. This is one of my new toys. I like to call this Miami Dolphin or Tiffany Blue, whatever you want to call it. Let's go down here and check out another new toy I just purchased. And whenever you're in the Vegas area, come check them out. So this toy right here, Toys R Us. I like to call this the Italian Stallion. Kind of remind me of Rocky Balboa. One more toy. Porsche. We like to call this one.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. didn't stay quiet about the situation, and honestly, that was never really expected. Throughout his career, he's treated controversy almost like part of the show, often responding quickly, loudly, and directly whenever his name is pulled into public debate. As the reports about the gym transaction spread online, he reportedly pushed back on social media almost immediately. His response followed a familiar pattern, denying the claims, redirecting attention, and reinforcing confidence in his overall financial strength. He pointed to his wider real estate holdings, arguing that his wealth and position remained intact despite the headlines. He also downplayed any suggestion that Manny Pacquiao's reported link to the gym had any impact on his legacy or standing in boxing history. Still, once information begins circulating through public records and media coverage, it becomes difficult to control with statements alone. At that point, the conversation moves beyond personal responses and into repeated reporting, where narratives take shape through what is being consistently shared and verified.
For example, Floyd said, Floyd left a message on one of my videos. I did a video saying the fight is happening, and Floyd said a message that's not true. There's still a lot of work to be done. He had no way to get out of it. So he asked to fight.
Is it going to be an exhibition or is it going to be a sanctioned match?
No, sanctioned match.
The most striking part of this entire story is how dramatically the direction has changed over time. In 2015, Floyd Mayweather Jr. stood at the absolute peak of boxing without real debate, undefeated at 49-0 at that stage, and fresh off the massive showdown with Manny Pacquiao. That night, Mayweather left with one of the biggest paydays in sports history, while Pacquiao walked away with a loss and the momentum firmly on Floyd's side. At that moment, the hierarchy in boxing felt clearly defined. But what followed over the years tells a very different kind of story. It wasn't about a single fight, it was about everything that came after. Finances, assets, taxes, borrowing, and shifting revenue streams gradually reshaped the bigger picture. Over time, those pressures reportedly built up and began to affect even the most symbolic parts of his world, including the gym that once represented his identity and legacy. Now, that same property is reportedly linked to Manny Pacquiao, the very rival Mayweather once positioned as beneath him in legacy debates.
We've got. I don't know. But I mean, I'm glad that I'm able to just still be able to entertain for the people. And you still get a chance to see it, just a glimpse of me.
Yeah, is it exciting to be like, this is your life for so long with Floyd fighting this guy, fighting Manny, fighting Conor, and all those, you were just at the center of all these talks for so many years. Is it exciting to be back there again and everyone talking about you and Mike and all of that stuff?
This title, Legend versus Legend. So, I mean, that speaks for itself.
Any chance that you would take a professional bout in the future after Mike, or is that off the table?
Let's own it. Let's own it. It's been talks. It's possible.
Okay, so not totally against that possibility.
No, not at all. Not at all. But we just don't know. But as of right now, everything is going great. I feel good. Working hard each and every day.
This situation feels bigger than just money or boxing drama. It reflects the long-term pressure of living off non-stop success. Public reports have linked Floyd Mayweather Jr. to a $7.3 million IRS lien and claims of multiple properties facing foreclosure. At the same time, his former gym has reportedly been connected to Manny Pacquiao through ownership changes. Even now, Mayweather is still mentioned in possible comeback talks, but at nearly 49, those discussions are more about business value than competition. He built his entire image around control, wealth, and dominance, and for years it worked like a self-sustaining system. But over time, rising expenses and financial pressure can challenge even the strongest legacy. And seeing a former rival tied to a place once central to that identity makes the story feel like more than rivalry. It becomes a shift in eras.